This video is for those of you that are brand new to cryptocurrency. If you've never purchased any crypto or you don't know much about it, this video I'm going to answer probably the most basic questions. We're going to ask third grade questions. So if you are a person that knows a lot about crypto, this video is not for you. This is for people that got basic questions. What type of questions? Questions like, what is cryptocurrency? Where can I buy it? What is an expensive token? I have no idea. Like, is it protected? How, is this, like, what is it? This is a video for those people. I'm going to be looking online and I'm going to look at some basic questions that most new people ask, and I'll do my best to try to answer those questions as we go through this video and this process. But before we get started, I want you to do this. I want you to like the video. Click on that like button that you see, because when you do that, it helps the channel so we can get this information out. I want you to subscribe to the channel. Let me cut that music down. I want you to subscribe to the channel as well. That way you can get updates. Click on that notification tab. Also, I want you to understand that I'm your platform partner. I'm Jackson, all about helping you take the action to build your legacy. I want you to understand that cryptocurrencies in general, they can be very risky. So as a new person, I'm not your financial advisor. You got to make your own decisions. You have to take responsibility, because with cryptocurrency, you are becoming your own bank. So when you become the bank, you must do what the banks do. You got to know how to monitor your accounts. You got to know how to protect your money. You need to be educated. Finances are something that requires some education. You got to know how to move like the banks. And on this channel, we will go deeper and deeper. We get into some advanced stuff here, but let's rewind and start with the basics and the foundation. So now that you know that cryptos can be risky, but at the same time, it is the #1 growing asset on the planet. I mean, Bitcoin has over a like $900 billion return if you look at the entire cryptocurrency market. In fact, let's look at that before we go into these questions. Okay, so I'm on a website called CoinGecko. This is a website that shows you a little bit about the cryptocurrency market. You see there's a market cap of $1 trillion that's here. This is how much money is in cryptocurrencies total, collective, okay? There's over 6,000 coins as of today's date. Bitcoin, as you see, is one of the top coins. It's at $33,000. And there's over $620 billion that's revolving inside of the market cap. Ethereum is a $1,300 coin as of today, which is fairly cheap in my opinion. I think this coin could be worth well over $20,000 this year in 2021. It's very possible. And you see there's a market cap of $154 billion. There's a lot of money. This is a global currency. I want you to understand it. For the most part, cryptocurrency as an industry is a global marketplace. It's programmable money, and that people all across the planet, as long as they got access to internet and a smartphone, they will have, for the most part, some type of access to a cryptocurrency blockchain, and we will go into that. So it's very, very valuable. But without any further delay, let's go into some questions that people may have. And okay, let me answer that first question that young lady just had. Her question was, hey, if Bitcoin is $33,000, does that mean I need $33,000 to buy it? No, none of these coins you need to have any specific amount to buy any of this stuff. It's similar to digital bank accounts. All you're doing, or stocks, you can buy fractions of it. So literally, if you have $50, you can buy $50. You can buy $10 of any coin you want it. And I'm gonna give you an example. So let's look at Bitcoin right here. So we're gonna click on this Bitcoin. So we see Bitcoin is at $33,000. Let's look at the history of the price of Bitcoin. Okay. So if we look at this price of Bitcoin, if we go back literally about 30 days ago, what we will see is in December, Bitcoin was only at about $22,000. Okay. So if Bitcoin was at, let's say it was at $20,000, and you came in and you bought $2,000 worth, that's what, 10% So that means you would have had 10% of a Bitcoin. If it was $20,000, and you see here, we go back 30 days. Let me look at this map. And you came in and you bought, turn this music down. And you came in, you bought $2,000 worth. That means you had 10% of a Bitcoin. If Bitcoin then goes up to $100,000, which it most likely it can, and it most likely will, then you still own 10% of a Bitcoin. So if it goes up to 100,000, that means now you have $10,000. You got 10% of a Bitcoin. So your $2,000 investment is now worth $10,000. So what you're doing is you're buying percentages of tokens. Okay, you can buy a whole token or you can buy percentages. I hope that makes sense. So you want to look at these all-time highs, all-time lows. All-time low, it says Bitcoin was at $67. That was a time when you could have got Bitcoin cheaper than that, actually, for well under $10, actually. All-time high is $41,000, which just happened January the 8th. Okay, so let's answer these questions. Now that we know that you do not need to own an entire Bitcoin in order to get involved, or any other token for that matter, you can buy percentages and fractions, okay? Think of it like if you walk to a city and you say, you know what, I want to buy some land here. And they say, well, the entire city of Chicago is worth $1 billion. When you say, well, I only got $10,000. What can I get with that? Well, you can't buy the whole city, but you know what? You can buy this little apartment building over here. So what you're doing is the same thing with crypto. If crypto is 100,000, you got 10, you just buying a little percentage of the city. And as the value of the city increases, the value of the little land you have is also going to increase. So what is cryptocurrency? Basic answer to that, I would say, in general, is programmable money. It's programmable money. It's money that you can program to be able to do all types of different things. And what makes it different from other digital money, normal digital money like a Visa, MasterCard, or your bank account, that is based on debt. It's based on the United States dollars. It's based on the Federal Reserve notes. That is basically put us in a situation where we keep going in more and more debt, and the more that we continue to print more, the less the value is worth. They call it fiat money. So the thing with cryptocurrencies in general, you can program them to have a limited amount, where it could be like gold. You can program them to do all sorts of different things, and so that's why you have all of these different altcoins. So many of them do different things because they're computer programs, so to speak, that's a way to put it, algorithms that are designed to do different things with money. So so every cryptocurrency is different, but all of them aren't even based on money. Even though it's called cryptocurrency, some of them actually will be doing other services like transactions in general. Let's say you got a real estate transaction, and let's say hypothetically you want to purchase a house. Right, you can use a smart contract, which is just another form of a cryptocurrency, to help you facilitate that transaction so that people aren't involved. Okay, so I don't want to get too complicated because this is for the newbies. How many cryptocurrencies are there? We talked about that. You can go to CoinGecko, you can go to CoinMarketCap, and you'll see that answer. Right here, you see it says 6,000. There's actually more than that. It's more than that actually, but most of cryptocurrencies right now are they're not very valuable. Okay, so you want to find the ones that are valuable, and that's the challenging part, is knowing which ones are the good ones. It's not very difficult, but we'll talk about that. We will talk about that. Okay, are cryptocurrencies a good investment? Well, cryptocurrencies in general, if you find the right ones, they have the highest return. They're the fastest growing investment of all time. I mean, it's more people, like this industry is creating mega billionaires. And so can you lose your money? Yes, because it's very risky. It's very speculative, meaning you speculating on, I hope the price appreciates. I hope it goes up. But that's where the risk comes in at. It's the speculation. However, everything in this world is speculation right now. So you're either going to speculate for yourself or you're going to let somebody else speculate for you. So If you're here, it's because you want to become the bank and take control of your money, take control of your privacy, and you want to take control of your legacy and your data. That's why you're getting into crypto. I want you to understand cryptocurrency is about more than just making some quick money, but it's about data, protecting data. It's also about the freedom and the freedom of being able to move around your money and have privacy and buy what you want to buy. This is why when you hear so much controversy and stuff around digital currencies and crypto, because it's more than just, hey, can I make some money? It's about, hey, what is my digital freedom? You know, money it's just only one part of what cryptocurrencies are. And here's an example. Think about it like you were starting a social media page, let's say Facebook. When Facebook first came out, it was generally designed for just you talking to your friends, like a college mate. That was the first part of Facebook. But then Facebook grew to, hey, now you can have groups of people. Now you can get a job. Now you can sell items, you can sell clothes, or now you can share music. Now you can watch videos. Like, it's so much more than just talking to a college roommate. So cryptocurrency is like that too. First, it's just about money, but then we're going to see it go into all different industries. And so it's almost unlimited what's going to happen. How do I buy cryptocurrencies? Okay, I have another video on this page where we talk about buying it. There's different ways. You can go to a decentralized exchange, or you can go to a centralized exchange, and you can buy it. Some of them are going to require you to put your ID and your social security information, and then there's some of them where you don't have to do that, but we'll talk about that in the video. And then you can also buy cryptocurrencies from people. You know, like if somebody you know has some crypto, you know, y'all can do it peer-to-peer and just say, hey, I'll sell you my cryptocurrency, or give it to you as a gift. Are they legal? As of right now, yes, they are legal right now. However, they can be, there's not a lot of regulation, and that's what we're going through now is more regulatory clarity that's happening right now. Give them a light, right? Okay. How can I protect myself? I believe, you protect yourself by getting educated, you know, educating yourself, constantly educating yourself, because in the cryptocurrency market, it changes every month or so. There's always new updates, new stuff going on in the news. They are also different ways you want to protect with private keys. You want to know how to keep the passwords, how to store your passwords. So it's really about education. It's not difficult. People make it seem more difficult than what it is. It's really simple. And to understand that more that the industry grows, the simpler it will become. I'm just looking to see what was the answer they gave here about how do you protect yourself. Who owns the company? Is it well-known? Positive sign. So, yeah, a lot of crypto companies right now, they are owned by individuals. Many times that can be what you call a centralized cryptocurrency. There's centralized and decentralized. Some that are where you can find the owners, and then there's some where you don't know who the owners are. I'm not saying that that's positive or negative. It just kind of depends on the algorithm and the community. So we'll talk more about that in the future if you want to know about like protecting yourself. Are there other major investors who invest in cryptocurrency? Right now, absolutely. In fact, there's a lot of major companies that are buying it up left and right. Companies like Grayscale, companies like Blackstone, Fidelity. You're going to see a lot of banks owning it. You got PayPal, Square, and there's many different companies that are buying it up. You also got a lot of billionaires that are buying it up as well. And don't take my word for it. You can do a simple Google search and find that information. Okay, is cryptocurrencies are they okay? Should you buy them? Well, that's up to you if you should buy them or not. I can't tell you what you should or should not do with your money, but I will tell you if you want to be on part of the fastest growing asset, I would say, crypto is right now probably the best way to do it. And you got to educate yourself because there's a lot of controversy and different opinions revolved around which currencies are better or not. You got some people that love Bitcoin, and you got some people that are in crypto, but they hate Bitcoin and they prefer to go to other blockchains for different reasons. But this is where the education comes into play. Here are some places that offer crypto: Coinbase, Robinhood. I got some other videos where I talk about this. Again, every place is a little different. I wouldn't just go rush anywhere. You want to understand the pros and cons, because some of these places are like banks, and if you don't own your crypto, meaning if you don't have it in a private wallet, if it's not your coin, not your private keys, it's not your coin. So if you got your coins sitting on Coinbase, technically they really not your coins. That's Coinbase coins. Sometimes you got to move them off. Same thing like when you put your money into a bank account, really legally that bank now can control and do what they want to do with your money. Okay, it's a lot of behind the scene things that happen with your money. They're going to take your money and flip it and invest it and lend it out to 8 other people. But and they can stop your account at any time if they wanted to at your bank, meaning freeze up your account. Okay, so that's a little bit deeper. Who created cryptocurrencies? Well, if that's what I'll just say this. Initially, when there was only Bitcoin, we don't know who created Bitcoin. It just says Satoshi Nakamoto. And that person, we don't know if it was a group of people or individual, but that person is anonymous. And at this point, it really doesn't matter, because the code itself, which is Bitcoin, has been checked and validated over the years in a white paper. It's called open source code, meaning anybody can see the code and then modify and make a new version of that code, which is what these other alternative coins are. So at this point, it doesn't matter who the owner of Bitcoin is, because it's taken on a life of itself, and at this point can't really be manipulated. At least that's what is the case for now. We don't know when they have quantum computing in the future. We don't know if that's going to change. Okay, who controls Bitcoin? Keep in mind, I don't want to make this conversation only about Bitcoin. Remember, there's plenty alternative coins here. So don't get caught. So every blockchain is different. When we're looking at all of these different coins that are here, everyone is going to be set up a little different. So Bitcoin is more of a network where it's the people on the network have control over it, in addition to what they call the Bitcoin miners. We'll talk a little deeper about that. Bitcoin miners. It's a little deeper conversation. Now, here's another question most of y'all probably have is, which crypto should I get? Should I get Bitcoin, Ethereum? Should I get Tether? Should I get Polkadot? Should I get Cardano? Now, the way that you go about choosing your cryptos, this is a very individual thing. It's like asking, which house should I buy, or what investment should I invest in? I'm not an advisor, so I can't tell you what to invest in, but I can tell you a thought process that I take if I'm looking at, like, hey, should I get a crypto or not? Like, if I'm going to be a person buying something, let me tell you the things that I'm looking at. What I would look at is, one, I'm going to look at what is the market cap, because the bigger the market cap, the less money you may potentially make. Meaning because there's already a lot of money into it. So if you see Bitcoin has $605 billion, if I invest, it's 32,000. If I was to invest, let's say $10,000 into that, for me to double my money, that means Bitcoin has to be $64,000, which is, it has to be a lot more money in its market cap. It has to double from that 605 billion. It's like $1.2 trillion has to be here in order for me to start really doubling my money. So I'm gonna look at the market cap, how much money is in here. But this is also good. Sometimes a smaller market cap can be better too, because there's more room to grow. But then you want to look at like the technology. You want to look at, if you're trying to be safe, in crypto, it's hard to say safe, right? Because it's all risky. But if we're going to say crypto safe compared to other coins where there's less risk, then some of these larger caps are safer. Bitcoin, Ethereum, because there's so much money in them that when you get these coins, they're poised to grow. Okay, it's harder for these coins to fail, even though they can fail. So everything is a risk. Just understand that. Don't invest what you can't afford to lose. And also it's important that you know that just because you bought a coin today, let's say if Ethereum is $1,300, if that coin starts dropping in price and you see tomorrow it's only $1,000, that doesn't mean that everybody should start selling it. That's a big mistake, because you got to understand cryptocurrency is very manipulated. A lot of people who have big money, these major institutions that are buying it, they want to take your crypto from you. So they do things to manipulate the price. And when you sell it and you lost your money, you know, then they're taking it. That is going to them. So a lot of times we want to have more of a long-term mindset if you're a brand new person, and just hold on to your coins because they have proven to go up in value over time. And you can look at the history to determine that. Then you have stable coins like a Tether, a $1 coin. This is not a coin necessarily to invest in unless you're getting this coin so you can earn interest on it. And that's another question. I mean, that's another conversation for another video. So all of these coins do slightly different things, but understand that they have different networks. And there's things you can look at, like their social media pages. So for example, let's say we're going to come here to Chainlink. And so you can come to what is this called? CoinGecko.com. You click on the link, or on the coin that you like. Hey, here's a price. And then you start coming here like, hey, let me look at their social media. All of that stuff is here. The social media page, the wallets that you can use to get it, etc., etc. And you can kind of come to your own decision on which coins that you like. But sometimes you want to find the coins that are just going to be stable for long term, because a lot of these altcoins may not exist long term. Long term meaning like 5 years. Some of these coins may not be around in 5 years, but then you have some that most likely might. So, you know, you just got to be educated and be smart. But this is still it's hard to lose in a bull market. So it's important that you know what market you're in. Like, is it an uptrend bull market where prices are going up, or is it a bear market where prices are going to go down and stay down when more people are selling it? Right now, as of this video, which is like February 2021, right now we're in a bull market. So a lot of the prices are really increasing. A lot of stuff is going up in value. That's why you're going to see green everywhere. Even though there may be days when it falls down in price, for the most part, prices are going to keep going up. Or they have been. I can't say what they're going to do, but they have been going up based on just the trend, the market. People are in the buying mood, especially with everything that's going on in the world politically. Now, once that bear market starts and people stop buying, and every market has a cycle, even in real estate, there's time when prices are up and there's times when prices are down. Once those prices start staying down for a long period of time, of course, that's when you might want to change up, have your strategy, and you change it up. Okay. I answer a few more questions. Is Bitcoin for illegal activities? I would say, is Bitcoin for illegal activity? Cash is being used for illegal activity. So, you know, Bitcoin, people use it for all type of reasons. I'd say it's harder to use Bitcoin for illegal stuff because it's on the blockchain, so it's public, so people can see where the money's going, in terms of they can see what wallets they're going to. Is Bitcoin a bubble? I would say everything is a bubble. So yes, like, are there cycles? Are there times when the price is going to go up really high and then the price may, you know, bust, like it goes up to $20,000 and then all of a sudden it drops down to $3,000? Yes, that has happened. But then over the long term, the price comes back up, you know, and where it comes back up a year or two later, and then it goes way past 20,000. So everything has a bubble or a cycle to it. So yes, there is an element of a bubble in my opinion. But that's not necessarily a bad thing if you're educated and in tune with your investments. Is Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme? Bitcoin is not a Ponzi scheme. If you sign up for a pyramid scheme offering you a chance to earn Bitcoin, get out fast. Now, there are a lot of multi-level marketing companies where people are going to ask you to recruit stuff to join. In my opinion, if you're brand new, I say don't do it, mainly because it's risky. Like, even if people really are making money in that company, you want to secure you some some assets first. I say before you start taking risk, get you some assets that you set to the side. It's almost like before you start a bit, like say for instance you got a job and somebody's saying, man, let's start up a business. Quit your job and start a business. Well, before you quit your job, you should have a certain amount of money saved and put to the side. Because if not, once you start this business, you don't know if the money's going to come in. Like you need some stability set to the side, like security. So I would say before you do any type of MLM, I'm not a big fan of the MLMs, but some people, they just got to do them. And so if you want to do them, hey, do your thing, man. But I think it's smarter to set a certain side of money and buy some cryptos and put them to the side that you don't touch before you ever get into any type of MLM. Because you're going to be mad at yourself. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you bought some, you're joining a group, right? And the group says, hey, in order to join our group, you need 1 Ethereum. And at the time, let's say the Ethereum is worth $400. So you say, okay, I got $400, and you buy the Ethereum, and you got to put the Ethereum in that group. So you put the Ethereum in that group. And now they want you to recruit some people. Well, let's say you don't recruit anybody. So now you haven't made any money. And let's say 2 months pass, and now the price of Ethereum went from $400, now it's like $1,000. Now you're upset because if you would have just held the Ethereum, you would at least have $1,000 worth of Ethereum that continues to grow. Versus now you had some Ethereum and you let it go. And so now you're going to be mad because now you got to figure out a way to buy Ethereum, and now it's more expensive. So I would say secure your coins first before you start taking risk. You know, that's if it was me. Again, this is not advice. You know, do what you're going to do. Is it legal? Yes, we talk about it being legal. Is it safe? Bitcoin as a protocol itself cannot be hacked. Well, theoretically, it is possible. But it would take 100 years to achieve it because the way that Bitcoin is structured, it's very difficult to hack it. However, people have lost their money, their Bitcoins or their cryptos on different wallets and exchanges. So you got to be careful when you're sitting your money on exchanges because that's where it's more risk. And when you have your coins in your own wallet, it's less risky. Especially when you know your private keys. You got to know that because if you lose that, you lose your money and nobody can help you. Is Bitcoin real money? Yes. I mean, it just depends on how you define money, but I would say, yeah. Is Bitcoin really being used? Yes. Hell yeah, people are using it. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Square, and yeah, it's a hedge against inflation. How is cryptocurrency different from fiat? One is based on debt. The other one is not. Okay. And one of them you have control, one of them you don't have control. Okay. How old is Bitcoin? Suppose it came out in 2009. How Bitcoin's created. We ain't got to get into all that. Unless y'all, how do Bitcoins make money? How is Bitcoin broken down? How do you buy Bitcoins? If you want me to answer any of these other questions, I will. I just don't want this video to keep going long. But I hope this was some good basic stuff to surround yourself with. How can I make money with the Bitcoin? There's many different ways you can make money. And I hate that all of this stuff is asking about Bitcoin, because if you're new to crypto, there's so many other cryptos outside of Bitcoin that are so different that you want to start learning about. Like, don't limit yourself to just Bitcoin. And I especially say that because Bitcoin price is increasing. So if you're currently brand new, the reality is you're probably not going to put it like you don't have a lot of money. So if you're trying to make some money, you may want to look at some of these other high market cap coins that are a little safer but still have the opportunity to make money, like Ethereum, like Polkadot, like Chainlink, okay, Stellar, XRP. Okay, so we can talk about this in more videos if you want to see it. But with that being said, look, I'm not going to keep going. If you got questions, you want me to do another video where I go in detail with this basic stuff, let me know and I will make that video. But until then, make sure you subscribe to the page. We're going to give you some more beginner basic stuff, but also we will go into some advanced things as well. But my fuel, my oxygen is your questions and your interacting on the channel. So Interact with me. Let me know what you got going. If you want to donate to the page as well, there should be a Cash App link there. I might even have some crypto links there. If you want to support the channel, also get the book series as well. Hustle Headquarters 360. That's available. Everything is in the description. But overall, man, I want to see you guys grow and succeed. Okay. So let me know if this is helpful, and I will be seeing you in the next video. I want to welcome you to the new money revolution, and welcome you to becoming a true legacy builder with the #1 growing digital asset class on the planet. And remember, always be a student, okay? And then we'll grow and go from there.